Hello everybody, I'll show you everything that's up here because I'm not tall enough and I think we would be here all day. So I'm gonna do my best to simply show you things that we can get to from eye level. But in this aisle, we mainly keep Anthurium. That's quite a recent addition. We've done a lot of rearranging recently. We do have Monstera on this side. Yeah, it's kind of all over the place, but I will start probably from over here. So we'll start with this tray right here. This is as good a place as any. This here is Syngonium Pink Splash, and you will notice a lot of color differences in the leaves. Leaves such as these here, these much paler ones, these were basically present on the plant when we got them in. Since then, because I've had these quite a while now, I think I've had these 3 months, easily 3 months, probably more, the new leaves are growing in this really cool, color-popped pink color. Like, it's not just pink and green anymore. Like this leaf here, for example, it's a total wash of pink, and I think that they're really thriving in here. I think they really enjoy being in here, and generally I grow Syngonium in here quite well because I think they just like the light a lot more. This here is Philodendron Florida Beauty. There's quite a few plants in here, and to be honest, they're pretty unruly because we use them as mother plants. So what we tend to do is we let them grow, we let them do their thing, and then we take head cuttings and then we root those. So you do have a plethora of leaves in different states. This one here is very pretty. This is brand new, it hasn't even hardened off yet. Really, really nice. It's almost half and half, but it's still got some flecks throughout. It's just generally looking really cool. Some of these are bright yellow, not so good. We don't like that so much because we need a good balance of variegation to keep things just generally healthy and growing. So this one here is probably gonna have to get cut back a little bit. So there's a little job on my to-do list once we're finished. Here we have a boatload because there's actually this tray and this tray. This is Anthurium crystallinum. This is a very, very recent import as of a few days ago. So being brutally honest with you, they look great now, but they're probably not gonna look great forever. They may drop some leaves, they may look a little bit nasty. They may go back to stumps before they come back and look beautiful. So these plants here are probably gonna remain with me for quite a while. They're really, really beautiful though. Really, really pretty plants. They're one of my favorite Anthuriums. I think they're absolutely fantastic. They size up really well. I just love them to death. That's probably why I have 2 trays, because I love them so much. So obviously here is more of the same thing. Down here, because obviously we have more than just what is in front of me, this here is Philodendron paraiso verde. It's a really interesting plant. It's not for everyone though. It does grow pretty gangly. So the petioles on the plant can be quite long. It does have a lot of aerials in this case. But the cool thing that most people like about these plants is I don't know how you describe it. They have like this mint, mottly kind of vibe to them. As I say, it's not for everyone, but I think you either love it or hate it. These are really, really good and they grow so quickly. They're probably growing a little bit too quick for me to be able to propagate them, if I'm completely honest. So my honest opinion on this plant is it's fantastic and it grows very, very quickly. So if you're looking for a quick grower, I can totally recommend them, to be quite honest. Down here, this is a really interesting tray. We have a mysterious one missing from the bottom. I don't know when that happened. There's like one missed. But this here is Anthurium vetchii. Really, really gorgeous plants. They don't size up too quickly. So if you want a smaller one, I think these can remain with you a lot longer before you seem to have any space issues or anything like that. One of my favorites. They're unique in the sense that you don't get any ears on the plant here. The top of this just remains really round and disc-like. So that's the coolness that you get with these. That's what makes them unique and what makes them very, very beautiful. There's some more crystals, we needn't talk about those. Here we have a little bit of a mixed bag. These plants, these large boys here, are Anthurium magnificum. Really good growers as well, love those. Again, these are recent imports, so being totally transparent with you, while they look really sexy now, they may not stay this way. They may drop leaves, they may go back to a stump. It is what it is. Moving on from that, we have a new plant that I've never brought in before. This is a new one for me. It doesn't look its best. There's a little bit of moss on the leaves there. But this is what I think to be Anthurium debilis. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but that's what they are. I think I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these. Now I normally do this when I don't really know how a plant is going to behave. I do this to test out if the plant is tough, if it's going to die on me, if it's really viable for me to propagate and keep and just generally live with. If it's not viable, then I won't buy any more. So we will see how this goes. Maybe I might get more, maybe I won't. It really depends. Obviously we have some more Anthurium vetchii there that have kind of overlapped from the last tray. Down here, we have a few things. Looks like we have a few more crystallinum here. We have some more vetchii here. These 3 on the front are what I think to be Besseii Ath. Again, this is a new thing I'm bringing in to see how they fare because I don't know how they're going to do. These, again, recent imports, so they are turning slightly. This one's doing better than the other 2, actually. This one's not looking as good, but this one's definitely veinier. So when these grow back, it could be really interesting to see how these do. While my cameraman's already on his knees, I will show you this tray. Honestly, this is an amalgamation of totally different Anthuriums. Some of them are grown from trunks. It's really a mixed bag. Like over here, I have some Anthurium peltigerum that are recently, imported. So again, we have a lot of transit damage. We have some leaves that are probably going to go, which is a real shame because this is a really cool Anthurium. It's a little bit like vetchii, only it's quite rubbery. So it's still round along the top, but you get some more, I don't know, you just get some more chunk with it. So it's a really cool one. Not the easiest ones to take care of though. They can be a little bit finicky. But yeah, mixed bag. There's not much to say about it. Some things are still rooting. Some things are now being left out in the air to create foliage. This is, it looks like Magnificum, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is Magnificum here. There's an old leaf. It's growing well. It's growing a new leaf. That's all looking really, really good. If I come up here, it looks like we have some Regal in this tray here. I think it's all Regal. I think this is one tray. So we have some new foliage coming in. Again, this is a recent import. So what you see here may not look excellent in a few days. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. I honestly find it just depends on A, the plant that I brought in, and B, just the entire shipment process. So was it delayed? Was it too hot, too cold during the shipment? So much can affect it, it's almost pointless to guess, to be honest. So moving on up here, now these are almost ready to leave me. Obviously there are some old leaves with some transit damage on, but generally these, health-wise, they are ready to start going out. What I tend to do is that the more recent stuff, I tend to store at eye level. So all of these are more recent. And then as we move up through the shop, things that have been with me a little bit longer that are closer to, unfortunately, leaving me, they get moved up so we can focus our attention on the things that need more attention. And that's how we work out what's ready to go out. So these here, this is Anthurium warraquinum. This is a beautiful leaf, actually. I've only just noticed this. This is a lovely long thin boy. He's really, really pretty. Next to that, these have been with me a really long time. This is Anthurium crystallinum in all of its beautiful glory. These are probably ready to go out on the next run, I think. I think they've been with me long enough now that they're doing.